essentially we were outnumbered 7-1 or 8-1, which is not a good number. The amount of gunfire that was coming in was not normal. There was a lot more explosions happening. It just sounded like 100 machine guns pouring into the cop that morning. Land on the ground and you look up and you're surrounded by mountains, and everybody's initial response is, "What the are we doing here?" The location that we were in was a fishbowl. We were the position we were in was later described as tactically indefensible. I think that location cannot be summarized more truly statement, tactically and defensively. So my name is Tom Rasmussen. I was a sergeant in the U.S. Army. I was in 3rd Squadron, 61st Cavalry Regiment. We were ISA Squadron, which is smaller unit type, scout unit. RMTO, which RMTO is how many people are in each platoon, each troop, so on and so forth, is a lot smaller than most. We're a third of the size of a normal infantry unit. There was something about our unit, especially our platoon, where everybody was just real tight. We were really good friends with each other. There was a rank structure, but everybody was also best friends, and we respected rank structure, but we also were as close as you can get to another human being. My name is Armando Avalos Jr., and the unit I was attached to was Bravo Troop 361, so my time with Bravo. And 1st Platoon is a little different from the rest of the guys you probably talked to already, because they're scouts, so there was an attachment to these guys. I was sort of an outsider coming in again, having to find my way into this platoon. So I always carried a chip on my shoulder, because I always had to be at least up there with the leaders of the battalion for them to have any trust into me and my ability to do my jobs. But once I found my niche with the guys and got in it, it was just like a little fraternity club. It literally was just hanging out, getting ambushed, and running out with your friends, and returning fire and coming back and just bullshitting the rest of the day. I know a lot gets said about the negative side of war, but there's also a positive side of war where, we developed this bond that today we still have. So my name is Chris Cordova. I served as the medical officer for Combat Outpost Keating on October 3rd of 2009. I was the senior medical advisor to the squadron commander and overall responsible for the medical care at Combat Outpost Keating. And so my job, my sole focus at Cop Keating was to provide health care. So primary care for sprained ankles, sore throats, illnesses that would pop up. And then my most important mission there was saving lives of soldiers who were injured. My name is Brad Larson. I'm with the Nebraska National Guard right now. My first flight into Cop Keating came in on a Chinook in the middle of the night. It was pitch black, landed on an LZ, got off the Chinook with nods on, looked around, and all I saw was mountains and cliffs everywhere. My name is first Harder. I'm from Minnesota. I'm currently the first AR of Bravo Troop 2113 Cav. So the cop, it didn't take much to realize this is a horrible spot to be. It's beautiful, but it's horrible. And I saw it for the first time in daylight, and I couldn't believe it. And then I think we went watching The Office or playing Risk, and then boom, RPGs come in, and it's just you're wired up, spun up, ready to go. A lot of workout time, a lot of goofing off with the guys, which is fun. You kind of have to do that when you're in that environment, try to keep spirits alive. And so a lot of pranks went. I mean, I wasn't involved directly with the goat and Bundy's and his bunk, but that one was pretty good. I think that one probably took the cake. We're going to go throw in the LT's music. Room what? The Christ, and I hate to say it was all fun in games, because it wasn't. There was, but there's a lot of downtime, and so during the boredom, you would kind of come up with different ways to ENTM it yourself. Normally at Combat Keating, we would do patrols. We would try to talk to the locals looking for signs of the enemy. We did meetings with the elders. What resources they needed, what we could help them with, whether it was drinking water or electricity schools for the kids. So the enemy in that location, they've been fighting wars their whole time. You know, since birth they were fighting Russians. They were doing everything that we're doing. They were good. They were really good at what they did. They were trained. The Taliban doesn't care about dying. Their entire goal is to be a martyr for their religion. The terrain there is just so nasty. Everything's straight up.